What is up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Should you buy an iPhone SE or an SE2? I'm gonna wait till some people get in the stream. Waiting for someone to get in the stream real quick. I'm gonna take a drink. Hello, everybody. Just taking a second to get people in the stream. I'm just gonna wait a few more seconds. And today we're talking about the iPhone SE. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I posted a picture on Instagram the other day. You can go ahead and follow me there, instagram.com/Nick Ackerman channel. If I show you right here, let me head over to my Instagram here on the 7 Plus. I posted this picture yesterday and it said, you know, who's looking forward to the iPhone SE2? Comment yes. Overwhelming response. Over 4,000 likes on this photo and over 95 comments. High engagement here on the iPhone SE2. So this phone is pure speculation. For anybody watching this video and is like, hey Nick, man, there's no such thing as an iPhone SE2. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, brother. Well, we're just talking here. We're just discussing. This is a live stream. We're going to talk as if we're talking about iPhone SE. So I see somebody says I got a 7 Plus. So what do you guys look forward to? Do you guys want to see the SE2? Let's talk about that. There's not an SE2. I'm letting you guys know that right now. This stream is talking about the possibilities of an iPhone SE2. You know, I don't think Apple can ignore this market. This SE2 is this phone I think everyone's waiting for. Well, especially the people that are, you know, looking forward to an update from their already existing iPhone SE2. So somebody says, Lewis says SE2 is going to be a 7S. I'm not so sure about that. I think Apple might make another smaller phone, but we're going to have to see how that goes. We'll definitely have it on the channel. So a question to you guys is, what is the most important feature that you want to see on the iPhone SE2 or an update to this smartphone? Start bringing those comments in. I'm going to take a drink of water while I wait for you guys to bring those in. So what is iPhone SE2? It's a speculative device. People want to see an upgrade. We're talking about it here for people who are saying where it is. 3D Touch. So people want to see 3D Touch? Yes, there should be an SE2. I feel that Apple should have 3 different size options. The 4-inch, the 4.7-inch, thank you Damien for, you know, commenting that, and the 5.5-inch. Yeah, that's very true. I think there's some of us out there with small hands who really appreciate the smaller smartphone. I want to get back to the iPhone 6. I want to get back to iPhone 6. I'm not sure what you mean. You know, go ahead and let me know what you mean there. So SE2 only needs 3D Touch. So who thinks that the SE2 needs the A10X CPU or the A10 CPU? Drop that below. Let us know. Who thinks that it needs the A10? A10 chip, better battery life. Ooh. People want more battery life. I thought the SE already had some stunning battery life itself. It's pretty good on battery life nonetheless. So let's see what other people are saying here. Waterproofing. So you think there's no reason for, if you think there is no reason to a so tiny screen, you have to clear that up. It deserves an A10. I think the perfect SE would be an A10 chipset, 3 gigs of RAM, 3D Touch, and the iPhone 7's camera. That'd be a great update. I know they're going to go with the A11 with the iPhone 8, and they're not going to do dual camera more than likely on the iPhone SE. That would be nice, but I don't think it's going to happen here. iPhone SE Plus, like the design. So you will want to see an iPhone SE Plus. People want to see water resistance. Okay, let's see what everybody else. Jet black. Okay, jet black on a small iPhone SE. So who wants to see a jet black, a small jet black iPhone SE? Imagine this guy with the jet black. Who wants to see that? That would be pretty decent if you ask me. Better contrast on the display. Thank you for pointing that out, Joshua. That is really a good one. You know, I noticed that too. The contrast ratio on the iPhone 7s are just much better. Needs a 2nd-gen fingerprint scanner. This is very true. You know, it definitely feels a lot slower when you come from the iPhone 7 Plus to the iPhone SE, that fingerprint scanner. So you do have a valid point there when you discuss that. Like, for example, here on the 7 Plus, it just goes right in. Over here on the iPhone SE, I can hold my thumb down for a minute and it just takes a second. You know, it just takes a second to get going there on the iPhone SE. Now, this is a 5S, but I just put that in there for the sake of this video. And you can see I still use the iPhone 6s Plus. I do as well. I have it on iOS 11, the 6s Plus. That thing is pretty good. It can't have everything. It's only going to cost $400. This is very true, but it can at least do an A10 when Apple comes up with their new chipsets. So if you want to have a, OnePlus 3T priced phone, with decent specs, they're going to have to cut corners somewhere. And I think they're going to go with an A10X in the next coming, iPhone 7s or whatever, A11 in the new 10th edition iPhone, whatever they're going to call it, 10-year anniversary, iPhone 8, whatever they're going to call it. We'll have to see. Will iPhone SE have a chip A11? Probably not likely, but I don't think, what do you guys think? Do you think if they're going to drop the iPhone SE 2, are they going to release it this September, or do you think they're going to release it, next year around the February timeframe? They announced this in 2016 around February, so this thing's getting a little bit long in the tooth. SE2 needs to not have a camera bump. Okay. Yeah, it definitely already doesn't have a camera bump, so I don't think they would go ahead and do that. But, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus definitely does have a camera bump. My iPhone SE is badly chipped, so free case. Better body, maybe a bigger screen. Definitely true. So, design. So, people are talking about design. Do you guys want to see a rehaul in the design? Personally, the iPhone SE to me, it felt like this amazing phone trapped in a stale old design. That's kind of how I felt about the iPhone SE. I know people like the iPhone SE. They think it's, beautiful, this design. To me, it, as beautiful as it might be, it's trapped, it's old. This is a great phone, the SE, with 6S specs and an old body. That's just the fact of the matter. Now, whether you like the design more or not, that's totally up to you. That's totally a subjective opinion. And, everyone's got their own opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Now, let's see. It should have 4K. SE2 should have a 4.7-inch screen, a matte black color option. I think the SE would look pretty stealthy with a matte black color option. What do you guys think? A matte black color option, would it look pretty stealthy? What do you think about that? I have the 5S and my iPhone 7 Plus. My iPhone 7 Plus already has a permanent scratches on the screen. Do you have any scratches on your iPhone 5S though? Bigger screen. Well, I mean, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of being a small edition phone if it has a bigger screen? That would be going up to the next phone. SE2 is coming, huh? Yeah, well, we're hoping for it. Right in this video, we're just talking about it. We're trying to, get some exposure on it. Maybe Apple will take note, see these videos, and they'll make a phone, an SE2. I mean, the market is there. If you guys are just joining the stream and you haven't seen my, Instagram post, I was talking about this Instagram post right here. I posted this on my Instagram post and it's still getting likes right now. Who's looking forward to an iPhone SE? Comment yes or no below. And many people commented, over 4,000 likes. So this is a hot topic right here. People want to see this iPhone SE. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Yes, product red would look nice on the SE. They could even make this one in product red and I think it'd be nice here. But I really hope Apple doesn't go with this design again. That would be a little bit annoying. Even if they came with a jet black or a matte black in this design. 3 gigs of RAM, new design, better front-facing camera, at least 4.2 inches and a 1080p display. Mohammed Yassin said that. So yes, that sounds like a pretty solid, little device it would be there. 1080p across this baby, what is that going to be? In terms of pixel resolution, that's over 400 ppi easily. Let's see. iPod Touch 6 is going to be outdated soon. I just want a 4.5-inch screen. That would be very nice. I personally love the body, but we need more colors. Okay, and an A10. So iPod Touch users, I don't know how much longer iPod Touch lineup is going to last. I would really be shocked if iPod Touch 7 came out, but they might do that as well. But we're talking SE2 here. So who wants to see an Apple A10X on the iPhone SE2? Do you want to see an A10 or at least an A10? Who wants to see that? Let's see what we got down here. At least a 5-megapixel front-facing camera. So the front-facing camera on the SE, man, guys, I gotta tell you, this thing right here, no, I just don't like it. This thing right here is not cutting it for me. Sorry, just not cutting it. This camera right here is kind of whack in comparison to the other smartphones. Now the rear camera here on the iPhone SE is a boss. This thing right here for a portable smartphone 4K video recording, I've been extremely impressed with the iPhone SE's rear camera in day-to-day use. It's been pretty great. here. So we got people saying SE2 is not a thing. No, it's not a thing yet, but let's make it a thing by talking about it, talking about this device that we want to see. Maybe someone will take note. That's why we're discussing it. We're discussing here what we would want to see. And I'm getting your guys' feedback here because when they do drop one, because I'm really positive and optimistic that Apple is going to release an update to this phone. Who knows what it'll be called, but the market for this thing is here. So I just want to see what you guys want to see so we know what to discuss in the upcoming reviews, because there's definitely probably going to be a, an update to this phone. Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Let's see, better front camera and better battery life. So what's wrong with your battery life? I've been able to get easily 5+ hours on screen time with the SE. Let's see. Tony says SE2, same body frame, less bezel. Hey, that makes sense. Now imagine if they took this glass piece off, they made it all aluminum around the rear. We took the front bezels, we shrunk them down. Maybe that would be really sick if we totally embedded a fingerprint scanner behind the SE, but kept it in this size body. I think we're looking at a very, very strong smartphone design right there if that was the case. So let's see what you guys are saying here really quickly. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got going. Okay, my battery life is awesome on my SE. Definitely is. Let's see. Apple will probably release it in a couple months after the iPhone 8. I think they're going to release the iPhone SE 2 if they do come out with one or an update to this smartphone. They would probably release it around the February timeframe next year or WWDC. I don't think they're going to let this come in between the iPhone 8 launch, but who knows? There might be a smaller iPhone, a 7S, as well as an 8 this year. I mean, they would really hit it out of the park if they did something like that. But I don't know if they're going to do that because they might diversify and, lose some consumers of the newest, latest gadget that is going to be designed to compete with the Galaxy S8 series of device. So what do you guys want to see in terms of the fingerprint scanner? Do you guys want to see the fingerprint scanner go? Do you want it behind the screen? Do you want the fingerprint scanner, just faster? You don't care. You'll keep it where it's at. You just want it faster. What do you think about that? So Daniel wants to see wireless charging. So Nick, do you have the iPhone SE on good battery life on the official iOS 11? Yes, the battery life is going to improve. As a matter of fact, the battery life here on my iPhone SE is actually quite good. To be honest with you, it's quite good here on the iPhone SE already. So not having too many issues here with the iPhone SE on iOS 11. I'm actually going to be doing some speed test comparisons with this public release because we already did the developer edition release, but I'm going to do some speed test comparisons. I may even do an all-day battery test if you guys want to see that here on the iPhone SE. But let's see what's going on here with the stream. Okay. Nick, should I keep? Okay, Nick, I want a 3D touch on the iPhone SE. That would be great. Keep the ID touch but faster processor. Do you think the iPhone 6 can handle iOS 11? Yes, the iPhone 6 can definitely handle iOS 11. Here's the iPhone 6. This guy can definitely handle iOS 11, no problem. It's just a little bit buggy. I mean, you're not going to get iOS 10, speeds on the iPhone 6, but when you come out with the official release for the iPhone 6, I think you're going to be fine on the iPhone 6. It's not going to be as fast as the newer phones, obviously, but you're going to be fine here with the iPhone 6. So somebody says iPhone 6 sucks. Well, that's your opinion. That's cool. Okay, let's go down, see what people got. Nick, do you think the iPhone SE will have 4 gigs of RAM? No, not likely. Maybe, I'm going to say 3 gigs of RAM. Let's take a drink for the iPhone SE. The upcoming iPhone SE 2. Hashtag take a drink for the SE 2. Let's see what we got. A10X or A11 on iPhone SE 2 paired with 3 gigs of RAM? Man, these comments are coming in so fast. Can't even read them. Okay, good work, Nick. Almost 80,000 dubs. Thank you very much, Wesley. I appreciate your feedback and your support. I never really started this channel, with the intention of, oh, I'm just, them people that start channels and they're just like, I'm just trying to get subscribers. Like, no, I didn't start this channel with that, intention. So I just started this channel to help you guys master your technology. And, I'm just going to keep going with that. And I just appreciate you subscribers so much, man. You guys are the best. You guys really are. But let's get back to the topic of conversation. Got a little bit, emotional over there. No. So let's see. Great channel. Thank you very much. new colors like the LG V10, for example. We want something new. Yes, we do want to see something new with the SE. Rose gold is getting stale. That was the new thing with the SE, but it wasn't really new because it was already on the iPhone 6s. It was already on, you know, the iPhone 7. Okay, so what do you guys want to see in terms of the performance? Like the RAM, we talked about the RAM a little bit. You know, what do you want to see? Like, do you want to see the most power in the iPhone SE ever can be crammed in a little phone? Or do you just want another solid, you know, decent processor that'll just do the job? Or do you want to just see this thing stuffed to the gills with power? Because, you know, I know Apple can do this. We can stuff this thing. We can really stuff this thing. So what do you want to see in that? RAM and CPU doesn't matter at all in iPhones. The software is just so well optimized. That's actually not true. 1 gig of RAM is actually hurting the performance on the iPhone 6 as well as the iPhone 5s. So I would argue that RAM does matter on the iPhone series of smartphones. The iPhone 5s with its older processor is definitely having issues. So let's go ahead and see what other people are saying. So I got some haters in the stream. Welcome, haters. You can see decent processor because of the price. Yes, decent processor. So we at least want a solid processor because SE is not the cheapest phone in the world. It's pretty cheap, but not the cheapest phone in the world. So better resolution. Yes, we would love to see better resolution. An odd 15 megapixel camera. Has any phone got a 15 megapixel camera? I haven't seen one. So let's see. I want iOS 11 on an iPhone SE, but how is the Bluetooth? Does it work well? Bluetooth not working very well on the beta. So thanks, Nick. Whenever new phones come, I always wait for your review. I appreciate you very much, Tapan. I hope I said that right. You know, sometimes I don't pronounce the names right. Cut me some slack. You know, it's hard to pronounce every single name right. Keeping the headphone jack. Yes, if they take away the headphone jack, I'm going to get upset. I think you are too. You know, I don't think the headphone jack being gone on the 7 Plus is a huge deal. But, you know, when I have phones that have a headphone jack and then I go back to the 7 Plus, I start to remember like, oh, I got to go find my Bluetooth headphones. I know it's not a big deal, but hey, let's see. See what other people are saying. DSLR camera inside of it. So the DSLR camera inside of it, that's just not going to happen. Phones right now are not, you know, up to date. The technology in a camera on a smartphone is just not there yet to replace a DSLR. It's getting there, but not quite. So let's see what somebody says here. Okay. What's up, bro? I see you, Jose. What's up, Jose? How you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. 3D Touch home button. So yes, 3D Touch would be nice. 3D Touch home button. That would be very nice. Wish it was cheaper. Well, to me, the SE is pretty cheap already. If you compare it to the iPhone 7 Plus or the other, you know, smartphones in the lineup, the SE is definitely the best way to get your hands on an iPhone. So what about, you know, the iPhone SE in colors? A lot of people mentioned colors in the beginning, jet black. What kind of color lineup do you want to see with the upcoming iPhone SE? Personally, silver is my favorite color on iPhones. I don't always go with it, but I do think silver looks pretty damn sleek on an iPhone. So perfect iPhone SE2, an A11 chipset, you know, 4.3 inches in the same form factor like an iPhone 8 and X Mini Edition, you know, Bluetooth 5, no headphone jack, 3D touch, and to cost at least less than $500, $550. Alexandru said that. That sounds like an absolute beast right there. So I definitely think that's solid as well. Got a lot of comments coming in now. Black or green. So Alex wants to see black or green. I've never seen a green. I don't think we've seen a green iPhone. Well, we did see one in the iPhone SE, but that was more like a plastic. But I don't know how they would do a green metal. Well, they did it with the product red. So why can't they do it with green, right? Hey, is this real? I did not know the SE2 was already out. Well, if you're just joining the stream, I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, the SE2 is not out. We're talking, should you buy the SE or do you want to just wait for an upcoming SE2? We're basically speculating in this video. Me and you are talking live about, you know, if the iPhone SE2, do you want to see it? I'm trying to get some exposure around this so Apple will pay attention and maybe, just maybe, bring out an update to this damn phone. Okay, let's see. On deck, what's up, Orlando? I see you. Green, we're asking the question, what is the colors you'd like to see? Tony says black, jet black, product red, hashtag SE2. That would be great. Navy blue, SE with a black front. An iPhone retro color. Well, you can get a skin for it, make it retro, hands down. Will it have a taptic engine? If Apple ignores, I'm going to take a drink real quick. Hold on. If Apple ignores the taptic engine, like seriously, like how are you going to do that? All your other products have taptic engines. I don't think Apple's going to ignore it. So SD card available, never happening on iPhone. Sorry, I don't think I mean, they took the SD card slot out of the MacBook. You think they're going to bring an SD card to an SE or an iPhone? That's not happening. Especially considering cloud storage and all that. We're not going to see an SD card. That I can pretty much guarantee you there. iPhone 6 mini style housing instead of looking like a 5S. I don't think they're going to continue with this design. They might go with an iPhone 7 mini housing, but they're not going to bring these lines again, I don't think, to another smartphone. But hey, Apple shocked us all when they brought the iPhone SE with its, smaller design. So, they might do something like that. We'll have to see. Different shape like the iPhone 6S, says Zachary. So yes, that would be nice to see a different shaped SE. We don't want to see the same one again now, do we? So for all of you joining the stream, if you just got in this baby, this is all speculation, but I've been getting questions. Like I got a question earlier from someone on Instagram who said, hey Nick, man, I want to buy an SE right now. I want to buy this SE, but the SE2 might come out. I've been seeing some rumors about it. I've been seeing some fake leaks and stuff, but it's putting it in my mind that there might be an SE2. And he asked me, he said, should I buy this SE right now? And I told him, sure. I mean, it's right now it's speculation. And with that being said, how long do you think it's going to take Apple to release the next iPhone SE or an update to this product? Do you think it's never going to happen, or do you think the SE is at least a year off? Do you think the SE is at least 6 months off? How long do you think it's off, until we see an update to this guy? Somebody said, do you think the Apple is dying? That's a good question, Eric. Do you think Apple is dying? I'm gonna get back to the whole question about how long it's gonna take to see the next SE. Somebody said at least 2 years. I don't think 2 years, but Eric says, do you think Apple is dying? So we're gonna go a little bit off topic here. It is a live stream. We could do what we want on a live stream. Apple definitely not dying. The iPhone 8 launch, the entire world is looking forward to the iPhone 8 launch. And even if you don't like iPhone and you like Android, personally, I use an Android more than iPhone for a daily driver, but I do not disrespect, what Apple has done with their company, and their marketing is just, through the roof. I've never seen a company market products like this company, and they're not going anywhere. They're not, they're gonna, I read an article the other day that said Apple might release the first all-electric car. And I mean, you've seen it in Tesla, but I'm talking like a car that drives itself. Like you just tell it, Siri, take me to my next location. That would be pretty sick, So Apple is nowhere near dying. Very true, nowhere near. I mean, market cap is almost $1 trillion. They might be the first $1 trillion company in the history of companies. We're talking over oil companies. So, the Apple is not going anywhere. That was a really good question. Thanks for sharing that. iPhone SE, we're talking iPhone SE. How long do you think it's going to take till the iPhone SE update to the SE2 or whatever they might call it will drop? Leave that below. So I'm going through, see what people are saying. See if we got any questions about 1 year. So Low Key Mo says 1 year. 1 year, that sounds about right. I'd say 1 year. I'd say around, I'm going to say around February, we might see an update. I think it's going to be disappointing if they don't update it, but I'm remaining optimistic. I'm pretty sure they're going to update it. So what is a product line that you think Apple is, hasn't done that you would like to see? Are you guys interested in the upcoming future of augmented reality? We're going to be covering it on the channel. And but you better believe this. If they come out with virtual reality, we're going to be doing content in virtual reality. So you might want to stick around for that. As a matter of fact, I'm already prepping for that. I bought a virtual reality camera. So if you got a virtual reality headset in the future, you're going to be able to see technology videos from my channel in virtual reality. So I'm going to take a drink real quick while you guys bring in more questions. Okay. iPod. Somebody said iPod. iPod's pretty much dead. Go into an Apple store, you don't hardly see iPods anywhere. Let's see. We want cheaper Macs with less powerful specs. Yes, I think many people would buy them, but the Mac has always, been a pro line. It's been a line of computer that, I think has been targeted towards the professional user and in mind. So I don't think we're going to see cheaper Macs anytime soon, but keep bringing the questions in. I'm going to wrap this live stream up at 30 minutes. So if you're just joining the stream, we talked about the iPhone SE this entire stream, but now we're just going to go freehand. We're just going to go, live right now. Just bring in the questions, anything you want to talk about for the next 4 minutes, since we already talked about SE2. I got a lot of feedback from you guys. So I was asking about, the future of Apple. What's a product line you might want to see? Budget iMacs. Well, they're trying to bring it down. They got an iMac now for about $1,100. So that's pretty decent for an iMac, if you ask me. AR is going to be groundbreaking for everyone. I believe you there. AR is going to be incredible. It's going to be a technology that might even replace smartphones. And we're going to have to adapt and change the channel if it does do that to more, AR-based stuff as the interest shifts. But right now, smartphones is where it's at, and we're going to be helping you master your technology all along the way. So MacBooks should get rid of the headphone jack. I don't think people would like that. So what is a good iPhone to upgrade from the SE? Like I say, 4 minutes, just bring in any questions you guys have. Bring them in, because I'm going to be, I'm going to go ahead and answer those right now for the next 3 to 4 minutes. So I can't get to all of them. I'll try my best. Okay, let's start at, does the SE will work smoothly on iOS 11? No, it's not extremely fast, but just scrolling through the regular web pages is pretty smooth. I can show you it right here. I'm actually on iOS 11. It's pretty smooth. Battery life suffers a little bit, but it's actually a lot better than the 5S as well as the 6 on iOS 11. So if you wanted to try it, you're going to be fine. It's not going to make you lose, all kinds of apps or photos or anything like that. Some applications aren't developed yet for the SE2 or the SE. SE2 that doesn't even exist. But yeah, pretty smooth here on SE. I'm going to cover it a little bit more in some speed tests. So thanks for the question. Okay, everyone who are Nick supporters, please report the haters now. Yes, go report the haters. Hashtag haters not allowed. Let's go. How long is iPhone going to stay relevant? iPhone 12, etc. I mean, at this pace, demand is extremely high. Why do you think the prices are going up on? I mean, that's basic economics, law of supply and demand. The iPhone demand is through the roof right now. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. That's Apple's, cash cow right there. iPhone SE2 4.5-inch edge screen. Bring the questions in. We got 2 minutes here. Do you think, okay, let's see who said this. Bashar Tahan says, do you think that the iPad 9.7 2017 will last long? I'm upgrading from an iPad 2. Yes, that iPad's going to last quite a while, be updated well into the future, although it was not meant to be a powerhouse, so just not expected to be a powerhouse. I think you should upgrade to the iPad Pro 10.5. The iPad 9.7 will last till 2020. I actually returned my 10.5. It wasn't enough of an upgrade from the 9.7 to me, and I traded it and exchanged it at Apple for the MacBook 2017. Thanks for answering, Nick. You're very welcome. Do you have fiber internet? Not right now. How are the AirPods? Haven't bought the AirPods. I'm actually not a big, earbud type user. I'm more of a closed back headphone kind of user. I like to block out noise. Actually, the headphones I'm looking forward to getting are the Bose QC35s. Best noise cancellation in the business. Tony says, would you recommend the iPhone 7 or the SE? iPhone 7, I would definitely recommend. I think it's a better phone. I think it would be 2 years because I think they will change the body and take time to reconstruct. So yes, it might be a little while. That may be true, but I don't think it takes Apple that long to reconstruct. I mean, the kind of money that Apple has, they got research teams that can get design done relatively quickly. It's all about timing and all about how the iPhone SE is doing in sales. So we got about a minute left here, about 30 seconds. So yeah, let's see what else we can get. Some final questions in. I might go a little bit over. Wow, SE2. Seriously, we are hoping to see it. We've been speculating this whole video, just seeing where the interest is at. Thank you for answering me. Okay. Let's see. You're very welcome. How fast is your internet? My internet's about 150 megs down. About 70 to 100 on the upload. Nick, you're awesome. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for bringing in the questions. Thank you all for joining this stream. Just wanted to talk to you guys about this iPhone SE 2, a speculative device. This is not a device that's out yet. But, you guys have proven that there is a huge market for this. And share this video around the internet. When this live stream goes off of live, go ahead and share this video, for the purposes of one reason, to get some exposure around this topic. Maybe Apple will start to pay attention and we'll see an update to the SE, faster than we would have originally have thought. So anyway, have a great day. More content coming. I'm actually going to LA. I pre-recorded about 5 videos. There's going to be content coming all week. Have a great day wherever you are. I will catch you all in the next one. Love you all. Be sure to be well and peace. Quickly, iPhone SE, iPhone 5S, iPhone 6. What's your favorite phone on the table? Peace out, guys. Don't forget to share the video.